The basketball world just got hit with another viral moment. And this time, it involves one of the most respected coaches in NBA history, Gregg Popovich, and one of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball, LeBron James. It all started when comments from LeBron, jokingly referring to veteran players as old men of the league, began circulating online. What sounded playful to some quickly turned into headline material. Fans debated, analysts reacted, and before long, the comments reached Popovich. Now Popovich isn't just any coach. The longtime leader of the San Antonio Spurs built a dynasty through discipline, respect, and a deep understanding of the game. So when he heard the chatter, he didn't laugh it off. Instead, sources say Popovich addressed the topic in classic Pop fashion. Blunt, thoughtful, and unapologetically honest. According to reports, Popovich reminded reporters that longevity in the NBA isn't about age, it's about excellence. He pointed out that players who stay in the league long enough to be called old have already done something extraordinary. They've survived the grind, the injuries, the pressure, and the expectations. And without naming LeBron directly at first, Popovich emphasized something that resonated across the basketball world. Respect for the game means respect for those who built it. But here's where things got interesting. When pressed further, Popovich acknowledged LeBron's greatness. He called him one of the smartest players the game has ever seen, one of the most durable, one of the most influential. Yet Popovich also made it clear that greatness doesn't place anyone above the culture of the league. He spoke about how every generation stands on the shoulders of the one before it, from the legends of the past to the superstars of today. That message struck a chord, because while LeBron continues to dominate even deep into his career with the Los Angeles Lakers, the discussion raised a bigger question. What does longevity really mean in the modern NBA? Is it just about numbers and records? Or is it about legacy, leadership, and respect? Fans quickly took sides online. Some defended LeBron, saying the comment was clearly a joke and part of locker room humor. Others backed Popovich, arguing that the coach was defending the tradition of the game itself. Analysts on sports shows began breaking down the moment. They highlighted how rare it is for Popovich to engage in media narratives, which made his response even more powerful. Because when Popovich speaks, people listen, not just because of his championships, but because of his credibility. This is a coach who has seen generations come and go, who coach Hall of Famers, MVPs, role players, and rookies. Someone who understands that basketball isn't just about talent. It's about humility and evolution. And in many ways, the exchange actually highlighted how similar Popovich and LeBron are. Both are students of the game. Both value intelligence on the court. Both understand that basketball is bigger than any one player or coach. In fact, some insiders believe the moment wasn't really a clash at all, but rather a reflection of how passionate both men are about the sport. LeBron has always embraced being a leader and voice of his era. Popovich has always embraced being a guardian of the game's culture. When those perspectives collide, it doesn't create conflict, it creates conversation. And that's exactly what happened here. Within hours, the clip went viral across social media. Fans reposted Popovich's comments. Debate shows turned it into a segment. Basketball pages exploded with reactions. Some called it a generational divide. Others called it mutual respect expressed in different ways. But one thing is certain. Moments like this remind everyone why the NBA remains one of the most compelling leagues in the world. Because it's not just about highlights and box scores. It's about personalities. It's about history. It's about legacy. And when legends, whether on the court or on the sideline, speak their minds, the basketball world pays attention. As for LeBron, those close to him say he understands the bigger picture. He spent over 2 decades in the league. He knows what it means to be the young star, and now the veteran voice. And perhaps that's the real story here. Not a feud, not a controversy, but a reminder that time moves fast in sports. And today's superstar eventually becomes tomorrow's elder statesman. If anything, Popovich's response might have simply acknowledged something everyone already knows. LeBron isn't just part of the current NBA. He's part of its history now. And history, as Popovich would say, deserves respect. As the debate kept spreading across the basketball world, one thing became clear. This wasn't just about a single comment. It was about what the NBA represents across generations. For decades, the league has evolved through eras. From physical dominance to skill-based play, from isolation scoring to positionless basketball. And figures like Gregg Popovich have lived through nearly all of it. Popovich coached through the era of post-dominance, through the rise of international basketball, and through the three-point revolution. He built championship teams not just on talent, but on culture. That's why his reaction carried weight. Because when Popovich speaks, he's not speaking as a commentator. He's speaking as someone who helped shape the league itself. Meanwhile, on the other side, LeBron James represents the modern NBA superstar in every sense. Longevity, versatility, global influence, and a career that has stretched across multiple generations of players. LeBron entered the league as a teenage phenom that he became a champion. He became a leader. And now, he's something even rarer, a bridge between eras. That's why this moment resonated with so many fans. It wasn't just coach versus player. It was old-school philosophy meeting modern superstar reality. And interestingly, many former players started weighing in. Some veterans said the league today is faster, more skilled, and more demanding than ever. Others argued that toughness and respect used to be the foundation of the NBA, and that those values must never disappear. Even longtime followers of the National Basketball Association noted how rare it is to see this kind of discussion spark across generations in real time. Because basketball isn't just a sport, it's a timeline. Each era teaches the next. Each legend influences the future. And moments like this highlight the tension that always exists between progress and tradition. But here's the twist. Behind the headlines and viral clips, those who know Popovich say he actually respects LeBron deeply. After all, Popovich has coached against him in the biggest moments, including finals matchups that defined entire seasons. And those battles weren't just about winning. They were about chess-level basketball IQ, adjustments, and leadership. In many ways, Popovich has watched LeBron grow from a young superstar into one of the most complete players the game has ever seen. His reaction wasn't anger. It was perspective. It was a reminder that the league didn't start yesterday, and it won't end tomorrow. LeBron's career is proof of that. Because every time he steps on the court, he's not just playing for today. He's adding another chapter to the history of the game. And Popovich, perhaps more than anyone, understands what history means in basketball. He coached legends. He built dynasties. He helped define what teamwork looks like at the highest level. So when his words sparked conversation, it wasn't controversy. It was continuity, the past speaking to the present.